If you have been out to eat on Guam, chances are, my friends, and you have been in the restaurant that a good friend of mine and a buddy and a very, very good businessman on Guam has had a major stake in setting up. Richard Hart has. How should we contextualize this, Rich? You have had a major part in setting up a lot of the restaurants as far as establishing vendor relationships, getting staff trained, getting the place all ready to go.
I came to Guam in the very early part of 2000, working for Outback. Great company. Worked for Triple J Enterprises, brought me out here, and I was a waiter, server there for about 6 or 8 months, and I always joke with people that, you very rarely have bad experiences at Outback, but if you had a bad one, it was probably me as your waiter.
Nice. You take ownership of your product. There you go.
Yeah, I wasn't a very good waiter. It wasn't my thing.
So, of course, you went into management, as most people do.
I was already a manager for Outback when I came here. I was coming to Guam to do some diving and have some fun with a few. My brother was stationed here in 1993, and then I was doing an Outback opening with some guys who had just come from this opening, and they just talked about how awesome Guam was, and obviously, I agreed with them. 20 years later, I'm still here, so I made Guam home.
But your current duties, or I should say, at least one of them. And one of the reasons why, we had a live stream on Facebook with you guys at IHOP. 4th anniversary, so congratulations.
Thank you.
The restaurant business is certainly not an easy thing to do.
No.
You continue to do it, and you continue to do it at a very high level. I want to get into that in a second, but let's break down the semantics of exactly what IHOP means to Guam and to the Guam diner. Because I remember, we would do like Twitter polls for years, and we said, which franchises do you want here? And people would always say, Olive Garden, Red Lobster, and IHOP. Invariably. Now those three places
Well, now you have them all.
Yeah.
And
what's so special about IHOP?
Well, IHOP was founded in 1958, and it's just an iconic American brand, for breakfast. And Guam, we have a lot of breakfast places, and people really enjoy that particular meal. Like cooking breakfast in my house is kind of like a big deal. And going out to eat, and I think a lot of it relates to, when you're watching television and you're seeing these commercials of all these great restaurants in the States, and you're thinking, man, I really wish we had that here. And IHOP's all over the TV. You see it all the time. And people travel to the States. You always make a list of places you want to eat, right? If you go to Hawaii, I got to check out, 5 or 6 different restaurants.
First place I wanted to eat in Kissimmee, Florida, when my family went to Epcot Center, was an IHOP.
Yeah, there you go.
The only thing there was in Kissimmee was IHOPs and water slide parks.
Well, with pancakes, you can't go wrong, right? And it's all like that comfort food. Family-oriented things where you get up on a Sunday morning, what do you do with your kids? You make breakfast, you sit down, you eat. And I think IHOP ties into that, and it really is, we've tried to move away over the years, the brand itself, from being IHOP to IHOP from International House of Pancakes. But the reality is that that's what it is. It's International House of Pancakes. We're a pancake house. And part of our evolution to this point right now with our 4-year anniversary is to help us embrace that we're a breakfast place.
And and the menu has expanded greatly. We were there this morning. You guys have Italian cannolis.
We have Italian cannoli pancakes,
which I thought was fascinating.
Yeah, that's a global promotion being run with IHOP, because now IHOP
is insane.
Yeah, they're all over the world.
And in this case, insanity is absolutely cool.
They're all over the world. So what they've done, similar to what you're seeing some other restaurant brands do, is they go around to each country and things that are real popular and they work. Sometimes they take them. Hey, we see McDonald's is doing it now with something like a Spanish cheeseburger and a few other things. So they've decided that these are the 3 pancakes that, from Mexico. There's like 300 IHOPs in Mexico. The Tres Leches pancakes. And then from Canada is this, and also Mexico is the cinnamon churro. And then the cannoli pancakes obviously come from Europe. So the pancakes are good, and they do a lot of testing with it. And, we've worked with some local suppliers here to make sure that we can get the right products made. With the cinnamon churros come from our local partner, the Fresh Bread Bakery up in Jigo. Just to make sure that we're getting that right. And there was a time, about 1.5 years ago where we did go with this kind of huge, expansive menu. And part of our evolution at this point has brought us to where we've actually retracted that menu a great deal with the one that we're putting on the table that right now, the reason why I'm here. So we removed, we didn't stop, but we realized that we couldn't be everything to everyone, right? We had to be who we are. So we've gone not back to, but we're focusing on the fact that we are IHOP and this is what we offer.
And I think it's interesting how, because your company, Apple, right?
Apple Pacific.
Apple
yes.
Pacific, yeah. Good thing we made the differentiation, because Apple Computer Company, I remember when Steve Jobs came back, a little bit of interesting parallel. He saw that there were so many different product lines with the company. He's like, nope, we got to just do 3 things and we'll do it better than anybody else. We got to get back to our core competency and just stick with that.
You know, restaurant companies or any real successful company does that. I mean, we see Chevy drops the Camaro, you know, because it's not working. It's not working. You know, they're focusing on trucks now because that's where the market is going. So it was the same thing we were doing. And we removed 51 menu items and we added 12 is what we did. So, and where most of our reduction came from was in the local food category. So we have kept local food. So I don't want to, you know, act like we didn't do that, but we only kept the stuff that, 1, we knew we could do well. 2, we could do it at a great value for the guest and the consumer who's coming in. And 3, the stuff that people were eating. So when you think of IHOP, you think of pancakes, you think of omelets, you think of bacon and eggs. And that's where we've gone back to now and where we're really putting our focus.
Okay, we do have to run. I know there's going to be an extended podcast with Lacey Martinez with Rich later on today, so make sure to check that out. That's on the KUM Podcast Network, on Spotify, on SoundCloud, and on Apple Podcasts. But real quick, you got 30 seconds. Why continue to work in the restaurant business on Guam? It's brutal. It's you know, it takes emotionally, it takes a toll. It's a very tough business to be successful on a sustained basis and everything. So why continue to do this work?
Well, 2 reasons. 1, making people happy is a good thing to do for a living. You know, when you see people come in and they leave with a smile on their face, you see a child get the cupcake pancakes and they laugh and they're happy and they leave. There's a lot of gratification with that. But most importantly now, my focus really is turned to creating opportunity for the team members in our company. So we continue to expand at this point just because we're creating opportunity. We have the ability to positively influence a lot of people's lives. And that's what's most important to me now.
All right, well, Rich, I've known you for years, man. Yeah, really happy for your success. And like Clemenza said in Godfather, leave the gun, take the cannoli.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Congratulations
Jason. Appreciate
again. All right, we're back after this.